Hi guys, it's Chris here from the BLARGOSPHERE. Today we're going to be looking at Corsair's SF600 fully modular small form factor power supply. Our SF600 is 80 plus gold certified, but they do make up to platinum if that's important to you. We bought this power supply for a sleeper build we're working on in an old computer case from Taiwan, which doesn't have room to mount a full-sized power supply. We chose Corsair because they're a well-known manufacturer that makes quality products. When purchasing a power supply, it's important to get one with quality components, with Japanese capacitors, which the SF600 uses, being the gold standard. Now, looking at the box, we can immediately see that they've taken care in packaging design, with both written descriptions of the cords contained within as well as pictures on the top of the box. Now, on the back of the box, Corsair has included both a power efficiency curve as well as a fan noise curve, which shows that the SF600 will run completely silent at idle, going up to a maximum of 35 decibels at full load, with an average being closer to about 20. Now, let's dive right in. The box is a little tight, so we'll have to just slide it out. Alright. Now, having removed the outer layer, we can immediately see that the cardboard they've chosen to use is very thin and likely wouldn't provide any support at all in the case of an impact. Hopefully, it looks better inside. Now, the first thing we see when we open the box is the warranty guide. Corsair does provide a 7-year warranty on this power supply. Hopefully, we won't need it. Next up is the manual for both the SF600 and the SF450. Now, Corsair's done a really good job here. This manual is actually made of higher quality glossy paper. They certainly spent more money on this than they had to. Ooh, that's nice. It looks like Corsair's included about 10 or so zip ties for cable management, as well as a snazzy badge for your case, if you're into that kind of thing. Now, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this power supply. Corsair has included all of the cords for the modular power supply in a nice velvet bag, although realistically, if you're installing this power supply into your system, you're probably going to use most, if not all, of the cords anyways. Let's move this to the side for a second. Alright, having taken all the cords out of the bag, you can see that they've included your standard 20 plus 4-pin ATX power cord, an 8-pin power cord for your CPU, although it is actually a 4 plus 4 in case your motherboard is older and only uses 4 pins. Apart from that, there are 2 PCI Express 6 plus 2-pin power connectors. We have 4 SATA connectors on one strip, and what appears to be 4 Molex on another. That's rather unfortunate. I would have rather had more SATA and perhaps an adapter for Molex, as not many peripherals require it anymore. Alright, let me just pack this up and we'll move on. Okay, next up, got your pretty standard power cord. Thickness pretty good, definitely not going to be too small of a gauge for a power supply like this. Not bad. And this is where it really gets interesting. Remember earlier in the video I commented on how cheap the cardboard was and how your power supply likely wouldn't survive a crash if they were relying on this thin cardboard to protect it. That, however, is not the case, because Corsair has used very high quality, high density foam with a little bit of a give. I bet you could throw this thing off the top of your house and it would survive, but I don't recommend that. Interestingly enough, they've packaged the power supply itself in another velvet bag. I mean, if it's going in your computer, obviously it's not going to be in the bag, so maybe you can find some other use for this. And here we go. Now, it comes out of the box with a sticker telling you that it will operate silently at low loads in case you didn't read the box. Its construction is rather sturdy and it uses a brushed metal that is fingerprint resistant, although I don't know how many times you're going to be touching the power supply inside your system. All in all, it's heavier than it looks and it has high quality capacitors inside. I would recommend this product for anyone who's looking at making a small form factor computer system that uses no more than one video card, as it lacks the connectors and power output for most multiple GPU setups. And honestly, as long as you don't require more than 600 watts, as small form factor power supplies don't go much higher than this, with the maximum being, I believe, about 750, This power supply would be a good choice for any build you might have, as if you put it in a full tower, it'll give you a lot more room for cable management and peripherals. We highly recommend it. If you're interested in picking up an SF600 for yourself and you'd like to support us, we've included a link in the description below. If you like what you saw, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you!